I was going to say, you two are Spitfires together. I think like the Barberman Drill Show or something for those two. Just because you are so spunky and whatever, but have the talent and
I
the
always
style.
tell Faith that we're kindred spirits, and we are, you know.
Yeah.
But we just met recently, you know, probably in the last couple of years, but like, I really look up to her, and yeah.
It's good. So tell us a little bit about the music and how you got into the music and...
Yeah, I had never really written music before. I mean, I've been involved in music. I was a music major. I studied lots of music, played piano since I was age 5, been singing all my life in choirs and stuff. And then I did jazz combos. Never really wrote my own music. Was just kind of trying to find what I wanted to do. But pandemic came. I was unemployed mostly and was just chilling by myself in my own apartment. I've had my own apartment for the first time, so I finally had like some privacy and space to try to do that. And it was really just like as kind of a fun little, like, you know, like a kid playing with a toy. It wasn't really like, I just wanted to see if I could do it. And then I started using GarageBand and started like learning guitar at that time, and really just playing a lot of my favorite artists, like going through their albums and playing all their songs and getting inspiration from that. And then I think it was like 2021, I started completing some songs that I really felt like were worth, you know, recording. And my friend Colin Lonican, who's an engineer in the area, he's been a friend of mine for a while. He said, Molly, you should record these. Let's get you in the studio. He helped me find some musicians. I had also found some musicians of my own to put together a little group, and we recorded 4 songs. And I didn't have any other songs written at that time. I was just like, okay, we're going to record these and release these. And then I started releasing singles, and it just kind of like snowballed from there. I was getting asked to do shows, and was like, okay, I better write some more songs. So now we finally have the album put together, but it's kind of been like a slow like release, single after single after single, not really know what the plan is, but we're putting it all together and putting it out there. So the album comes out July 22nd, but I also have another single before that, June 23rd. So that's coming up here in a couple weeks. So that's what's going on with me.
We'll ask more about this later, but because you mentioned the release, tell us about the release party.
The release party. Okay, so it's July 22nd. It's going to be at the Turf Club in St. Paul, Minneapolis. We have 2 other bands on the bill, Pit Stop and Becky Capel, some really great country, Americana, alt country kind of people, very hip. They're going to be on the bill as well. And I have, for the first time, merch. I've got like a bunch of stickers. I've got CDs coming out and t-shirts. The t-shirts have my face on it. We were just talking about this before the show, how weird it is to sell t-shirts with your face on it, but you guys are going to love them. So that's what's happening.
My question is, when choosing which picture to use on the t-shirt, what do you think about?
You know, like which one I feel like I'm popping, you know, the colors are popping and I feel like powerful and hot. And, you know, my friend Daniela, who's an amazing photographer, took me to this place called Grandpa's Pool House. It's like an hour out of town. Go look it up. Great vintage, you know, furniture everywhere, decor, and there's a big pool in there, and they have a bunch of outfits there. Check it out. I took a picture in a pool, and that's the picture that's going to be on the front of the shirt, and it's just popping.
Am I correct in remembering that there's a picture of you with an amazing vest on?
Yeah.
Like...
I think that is it like kind of brownish?
Yes.
Yes, so I got that. I was playing a show at the Turf Club on New Year's Eve, and a woman named Jackie came up to me, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're from Iowa. I'm from Iowa. I love what you're doing. I have this vest on, and I want you to have it. She took it off, and she just handed it to me.
Wow.
And she was like, I want you to have this. And I was like, this vest is like amazing. It's like leather embossed and has like a bunch of fringe, and it's kind of like, you know, all the way down to your calves. It's really long, and so yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Best stage tip ever right there.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been wearing that for shows and photo shoots and stuff like that. But yeah,
Amazing.
That alone makes me want to write songs.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I am envious, but also just that you would take the time of COVID to learn how to play guitar says something very strong about you.
Well, I'd had, guitars, but I never really like got into it, and I felt like I was just giving up and maybe had like bad teachers or something and just like bad experiences with it. But I had a lot of time on my hands, and the goal was like, I got TikTok for the first time, and I was like seeing all these musicians like, singing their songs on TikTok, and I was like, well, if I don't do anything else, my outlet could be I make videos of myself singing. But also my friend Colin, who recorded my music, he sat me down one day and was just like, just learn guitar. It's super easy, and then you'll be able to like use it to write like country songs. Like, I think you'd be a great country artist. I think you'd be great at that. And I was like, wait, what? Okay. And then it was pretty easy to get down the basics of like, cowboy chords, just playing basic stuff. And I'm getting them better, but it's still rudimentary. But yeah, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I felt like I just wanted to make videos of myself and make recordings and make stuff, really.
It's amazing. And kind of following some of the social media stuff that you do, you seem to draw inspiration for songs in lots of different places.
Yeah.
So what is the process for you of writing a song?
There's different ways, and I'm just kind of like throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, because I'm very new to the songwriting process. But sometimes it just starts with like an image in my head, or the song Old Northern Woman is like, okay, I had the title of the song, so I was thinking, ooh, this is a cool phrase. What does this song mean? What is it about? And then just coming up with a whole story. And most of my songs are made up stories, because I don't, like, it can be a made up story. It doesn't have to be a real life. And so you just kind of think of the movie playing in your head. Or you think like, what would a country singer sing about? Like, I'm cosplaying as a country singer, so I'm just going to pretend to be a country singer until it happens. And so, yeah, the process is, come up with a phrase or come up with a groove, or just like, I like to journal, for 5 minutes, just come up with an idea, like thinking about a certain place or an object, and write about it for 5 minutes. And then the next day you come back to it and just start like singing those words, and it just sounds like mumble jumbo. It's just like random syllables. It's not real words, but maybe it starts turning into words, and you're just kind of messing around with stuff. That's one way to do it. Yeah, still figuring it out.
It's kind of the ultimate fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a powerful way to do things.
Yeah, and I really like taking inspiration from other songs and artists. So, like we're all borrowing from each other, and I'm just like continuing this tradition of, Americana music, and trying to take what I'm listening to all these songs on my Spotify, or what, whenever I'm listening, and really analyzing, okay, what's the form of this song? Like, what's the lyrical content? Oh, I like that word. I'm going to use that word. Maybe not in the same way, but like I'm collecting words, and then I'm going to put them together.
I was gonna say, I like the sound that you have, like the old country, but then you, like you just said, you're using old country sounds where, oh man, take care of me, or whatever.
Yeah.
You aren't doing that. You might be borrowing, like you said, the character, but you're giving her the modern day mind.
I'm taking tropes. I'm taking like words that are been used over and over in country songs, but I'm like, here's my take on this. Maybe it sounds a little bit more different, or but I'm really just taking the stuff that I was listening to as a kid. Like all these artists, Alan Jackson, like the Dixie Chick, or the Chicks. All these people I listened to as a kid. It's just like flowing through me. So yeah, maybe I'm copying things a little bit, but I think we're all doing that.
Inspired.
Yeah.
Inspired.
That's
why I like you said, a character or a movie. You're just expanding their journey.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no copy.
Yeah.
Just continuing
Well,
on.
it's
Or the
yeah.
second, third edition.
It's like the flea market flip. You know, you
Yeah.
find something and you make it entirely
Paint
new.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
That, you know, and you can see enough of the charm of the original, but now it has a new purpose.
Mhm.
It fits what we need today.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Would you ever play a song for us?
Totally. Yeah. Did you? Okay. Yeah. Well, let's do it. Where should I go?
Right here?
Right here.
Right
Yeah.
here, right
Well,
now.
maybe I'd play this song that I'm releasing here on June 23rd.
Ooh, that would be
That
amazing.
might be apropos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
So, okay, well, let me grab the guitar.
Okay.
Alright. Let's just get this back just a little bit.
And I'll
Magic is happening.
remind folks that we have Molly Brandt in studio on Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN. We're about to hear a live song, and we're very excited.
Okay. Sorry about all the random noise.
The
That's the
beauty
charm
of
of college
live.
radio. Yeah.
College
Beauty-
radio.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Halfway from my hometown, there's a valley. You and cold water stream stretching every direction. Weathering my time, tucked in between rocky cliffs, there's an ancient river and sky. Radio's playing that wide open spaces as we drive, and I remember love country paradise. Move me gently like a needle in the groove. Oh, river, whisper softly. Sing that old familiar tune, 'cause I wanna end up in this paradise with you. Lately I'm dreaming of leaving this city all behind. I wanna lay myself in the cornfields, come July. I can't seem to shake this gut feeling radiating deep inside. Yet I'll take some time and find my body, 'cause I'm still alive, and I'm gonna go love country paradise. Move me gently like a needle in the groove. Oh, river, whisper softly. Sing that old familiar tune, 'cause I wanna end up in this paradise with you. I always come back to this place. Driftwood I finally escape, 'cause I don't wanna settle down and work myself into an early grave. Rather run away, take me home. Love country sing that old familiar tune, 'cause I'm gonna end up in this paradise with you. All right.
Nice, Molly Brandt. Thank you. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I could see that your voice needs to be heard, and if that took learning how to play guitar, totally worth it. I mean, your guitar playing is gonna be your voice is just
Right. Well, and
so
I play
clear.
piano. I'm a pianist. Like I'm a classical pianist.
Nice.
But I just felt like I needed to learn guitar, and I like performing with guitar, and just that seemed to lend itself more to my songwriting at the time. So yeah, thanks for letting me play that.
I was going to say, yeah, the vocals definitely need to be heard.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration of.
So this song is more rooted in reality than some of my other, imaginary tales. But it still kind of has that broadness that can be applied to, a fictional story. But based on kind of time spent in this town called Lanesboro, Minnesota, which is about, an hour or two, almost, maybe an hour and a half south.
I was gonna say hour and a half, maybe.
And it's in the Driftless region of the Midwest, which is an area that spans, that's kind of surrounding the Mississippi River of Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, and it's just like different from the rest of the Midwest, which is more flat because it's very bluffy, and there's lots of bluffs and rivers and streams, and it's just from the glacial formations. But I had never been there before, and I actually, I'm not from Minnesota, but we went and hung out there. It's such a lovely town with lots of bike trails, and there's a river called the Root River, which is named in the song. And I just, I was inspired by it and wanted to do a bunch of journaling about it and writing words, and just felt like the bluff country. And then I think we were on a bike ride and we rode past like a retirement home called Bluff Country Paradise, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
okay, that's a song title. I don't know. I know it's also a retirement home, but it's a song title too. So yeah, it's kind of like an ode to leaving the city and getting more quiet time, but also like getting in touch with your body through being in nature and getting outside of your working life, and just kind of thinking about how I want to really live my life, and I really want to experience like the beauty of life instead of like working all the time and like just existing in like in the city, the loudness of the city, and just like you're working all the time. And I've seen my family, and I've seen other people and friends who are just like, there's a line of like working yourself into an early grave. It's like you don't want to spend all your time doing that, but rather like floating on the river, the Root River. And
your song is speaking to me.
I'm looking at Heather because you're much more of that person than
Yeah.
I was maybe years ago, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
Reminding us and through such a beautiful song too. But yeah, fine, I'll listen to you, Molly.
It is an important, because you get caught in the hustle bustle, and it's hard to take the time.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have emails when you get back, because you're going to have, the dishes will pile up. Whatever it is that makes your day hectic is going to.
Yeah, and I'm super all about those boundaries of like, okay, no, I'm going to take this weekend and I'm not going to respond to the emails. But, hopefully I'm a good enough person to respond to emails, but sometimes you just got to say it's going to wait till Monday, and I'm going to hang out with my loved ones.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Do the people of Lanesboro know about this song?
Just our friends, Katie and Jeremy, they are very involved in the theater world down there. But yeah, I guess Eric knows a lot more of the people of Lanesboro. He did a residency there a couple years ago, and he spent a lot of time there. He like really introduced me to it last year, and I'm just a new person to the area, so like I can't even speak for, you know, that area of things, but this is like my take on how I feel about it. But hopefully they will know about it. I mean, it's maybe once it comes out, and I'd like to perform there more. So hopefully that lines up.
I think you got to send this song to the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, you're right.
Development Fund. I mean, because
right.
what more flattering?
Yeah.
What more flattering, and who would love to hear it more than somebody whose heart is in Lanesboro or whose body is in Lanesboro?
Yeah.
You know, that would be.
Yeah, or anyone who's in that Driftless area, because they, that's a whole world, and it's not just about Lanesboro, but that's where the emotions and the words started coming together.
Did you grow up in a Driftless area?
No.
In Iowa. Okay.
No.
So, all the more interesting to have and I think when somebody who's new to you, to your community, to you as a person, to whatever, it's fun to hear the reflections.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up in like suburbia, like middle of Eastern Iowa. I mean, I don't know, like Cedar Rapids is a city. It's like probably one of the bigger cities in Iowa, and so it's like, but I was also in like a suburb of Cedar Rapids, so. You know, I didn't grow up on a farm or doing, you know, I wasn't born on a ranch, and like, I don't, this is why I tell imaginary stories, because
like, Sam Elliott.
I had a very like normal upbringing in a very like suburban, you know, area. I don't know. So I'm like trying to draw inspiration from anywhere I can, because I mean, no shade to Iowa, no shade to Cedar Rapids. There's lots of beauty down there, but.
Well, and it's funny because I think all of us in the Midwest have a little bit of a complex, because if you leave the Midwest, but you're from Minnesota, so you grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I grew up in St. Paul.
It's varied. It's a varied. I mean, there's places in the Midwest you're like, wait, we're in the Midwest. Or like, there's places in Iowa too. Like, there's caves down there, and you're going in these caves, and you're like, this is crazy, and. You want to, I when I was living in Des Moines, I was just really had an allegiance to my town and the place I was in, and I just feel like a lot of my songs I want to write about place-based things, you know, and I wrote, you know, Old Northern Woman. It's like, that's about an imaginary tale of me meeting an old Northern woman, somebody from here, and it's also like an ode to Minnesota, and I just want to be a part of any community that I'm in, and I feel very strongly about places, and I think places are very powerful for telling stories. Yeah.
There's the business side of it. It's like, that grant just writes itself.
I know. I was going to say, I hear vacations bing, 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 all over the place.
But I mean, there's a very strong thread. I have a master's degree, and I sort of tried, but of place-based poetry.
Yeah. And
if place-based poetry, why not more place-based songs? You don't have to be from that area.
Right.
You don't have to be from that area to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I think having an eye towards loving place is enough.
And there's just a long tradition of like country and Americana artists using like the names of towns, the names of
looking back Texas,
you know, the names of states, and like you know, that's just a thing you do. Or like a big theme in country music is talking about being on the road, or like being on highways, being in trucks, and feel like I always gravitate towards writing about being on the road. And I'm like, okay, Molly, you got to get out of it, like write a creative.
But it gets everybody, you know, it's relatable.
Yeah,
we're all, you know, driving down the road, or bringing us back to when we're kids or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's a bad thing.
Yeah, and like the concept of home is a very like quintessential part of the Americana, you know, storytelling thing. So I'm just trying to find those stories that I can tell that might be like my own, that are place-based.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Would you like to play another song? Would you please play
another song? I could, yeah. I'm trying to think what would be a good one to play. Well, I could play Old Northern Woman, because I feel like we've been talking about that one.
That would be awesome.
I will change one of the words.
I was going to say, if you could change one word, that would be even more awesome.
Okay. Couple hours north, there's a joint down by the lake. Another round, I was feeling my heart ache. Held me please, I don't know what to say. I can't handle this cold every single day. Yeah. Across the bar, there's a woman sitting on the lawn. She looked me in the eye, then she came to say hello. She said, honey, you really think your life is hard? Spend a couple of minutes in my graveyard, 'cause I'm an old northern woman. I lived through this thing once or twice. Yeah, I'm an old northern woman. I've been running from the devil almost all my life. 40 years ago, her brother died in the war. She sold that lot of land, started working at the liquor store. She had mouths to feed, another baby on the way. So the winter was long and there's bills to pay. Hey, yeah, I'm an old northern woman. These trying times have been here before. Yeah, I'm an old northern woman. I never once complained, but I always wanted more. Then she grabbed me by my shoulder. She sat me down with her to pray. She said, someday when you're older, you'll remember me, you'll remember what I say. Yeah, I'm an old northern woman. I love these Minnesota nights. Yeah, I'm an old northern woman. There ain't nothing gonna slow me down or take my rights, 'cause I'm running from the devil almost all my life. Yeah, I'm an old northern woman. Yeah, I'm an old northern woman.
Old Northern Woman by Molly Brandt
Thank
on
you.
Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN 91.7 FM in St. Paul.
Thanks, guys.
Do you picture these becoming movies or short?
I
Vignettes
wish,
anyways?
man. You got to get the budget for that.
You just got to get the right person.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, like, I would love it if all of my stuff could become a visual element, like, in a really professional sense, you know, like when Beyonce dropped the full visual album, like, that would be so cool. And I just really think that's the next horizon of trying to get my stuff out there, is having video, like really cool video content, like really artsy, really well done, really unique and captivating video content. And I'm just kind of like trying to figure out how to get that to be a reality. But yes, the answer, long-winded answer is, and
we
I like to
long-winded.
talk. Yeah, that'd be great. So filmmakers, hit me up. Let's talk. Let's make a movie.
That's where I think the fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't always have to release the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or get to know some movie, you know? I mean, that's...
Yeah, I think I need to just do some research, and I'm hoping to, well, this is going to happen. I have a song on the album that I'm going to be getting a music video done. I'm working with Best Buy. I have a connection with Best Buy in their like marketing department, and they're gonna help me make a music video. So I think that's gonna be a really cool thing.
Yeah.
For a song called "Propane and Cigarettes," which is, you know, a whole.
There's a T-shirt.
On Fuego, yeah.
Yeah, I do have some stickers. But,
I was like,
and I should have my sticker to put in here. But yeah, that's the song. So it's another like imaginary story, kind of. It's about like party rock, and you hear all these men singing like country rock songs about like partying and getting wild and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna do that too, and it's gonna be awesome. So there will be a music video, and I do have a live video of Old Northern Woman coming out soon. It's in the editing process, but we filmed a live version. Think like a Tiny Desk concert type of vibe.
oh, I love it.
With the full band, and we've got some pedal steel in that one, which isn't in the original recording, but it's going to be a unique little live version. So that's a video that's coming out, and yeah.
Nice.
I know. I can't wait. I kind of want to see. I have visions of the propane and cigarettes. I wonder how Best Buy is gonna put their flair on it, or what you get away with.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the song itself, the recording at the end. There's an explosion, like an explosion sound.
Yeah.
So those listening here, you get the tea on what's gonna be in. It's an explosion, so maybe like fire, But that's also like kind of cheesy. So I'm trying to think. Maybe we want to go like less literal with the music video, but.
Well, even with a connection. Do they have a program where they do something like this? Is this something that they...
I'm kind of confused. So it's Eric's sister, she does like promotional stuff for Best Buy, and she's putting together like video content to, pitch to them for... I don't even know. I don't know how...
Okay.
I don't know how corporations work.
Yeah.
So they do their thing, you get to do stuff if you have those connections. But, we were thinking of traveling somewhere to do the music video, but, yeah, I don't know.
Like Tahiti? Why would you?
No, maybe like Nashville or like California.
No,
like I feel like, LA would be cool. But we'll see what their budget is.
Yeah.
But, you take these opportunities where you can get them.
And, Best Buy does a lot of good in town. So that I was wondering if there's. I know that they do a lot with kids and digital inclusion, and
they have this new building that has like a full studio for like shooting commercials and stuff like that. And Eric and I were in a commercial recently there too. We're getting a lot of work.
Okay, stop. You have to tell us about that first.
Well, it was this drone that's flying through their new office, through everywhere, and we were like pretending to be musicians in their recording booth. We are musicians. But we were just like in their recording booth. I think it's more of like a business to business, or like it's for their internal uses. But I got to see the video, and super cool. And I think Eric and I have to act in some kind of thing for Best Buy also. We're getting a lot of opportunities there. We're acting. We're acting. But yeah, so we're getting a deal there.
That's fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
that's how you fake it till you make it, right
Yeah.
there. I mean, it's, luck favors the prepared. And you're prepared to take advantage of it, and you're prepared in many ways.
Yeah, and I have a lot of really good connections who are super talented. Photographers, videographers, people who do fashion, people who do makeup. Because, like, as a musician, I'm, like, have to you know, and graphic designers. I have to design all these posters. I gotta do my own hair. I gotta like be a social media manager. I gotta be a video editor. I'm learning how to use Adobe. I'm learning how to use all these things because it's like, okay, you either spend a lot of money or you try to figure out how to do it yourself. So I've done both of those things, spend a lot of money and DIY it, you know, and it just comes together, you know.
I think that's probably a good thing. I mean, in some ways you'd like to DIY before you spend a lot of money, but sometimes you got to spend a lot of money. Yeah.
Like on the recording specifically, you know, and the photography and the videography and, you know, and obviously paying people fairly for everything they do and the designers and stuff. But then if there's something I can do myself, that's always cool. So, but yeah, I have a lot of people who are able to help me and give me advice. You know, if I have a question about the music business, I just ask Instagram on my stories and I get like 5 replies of people who are like, you should do this. Or, you know, I'll ask about, how do I get my stuff on Spotify playlists, or how do I get played on the radio, or, you know, how do I do this merch thing? Because I literally don't know how to do any of this. So shout out to all the homies, or people who I don't really even know that well, who are just like, they see my Instagram and they are like, girl, here's what you need to do. And that's like us helping each other in the industry, and hopefully I can help other people once I feel like I have more knowledge about how to navigate these things.
What a nice added layer of community and connectedness, or just supportive. I love to hear that. Yeah.
Would you like to play one more song?
Yeah, one more song. So the record's called Surrender to the Night. This song has already been out for a while. One of the first songs that I released. But yeah, I love it. I think it's one of my favorites. So I can play that one if you guys are down.
Yes, please.
All right. String of tin cans lay behind, they follow like a memory, and I only surrender to the night. Only surrender to the night. Follow in the glow of a neon sign. I'm giving up on being in love, so leaving you behind. I only surrender to the night. Well, I don't know my destination, but I'm headed for my name up in the lights. Trading my diamond ring for gas and a pack of smokes. I guess I'm married to a white open road. I couldn't tie the knot quite yet. Something just wasn't right. Now I only surrender to the night. Only surrender to the night. Follow in the glow of
Brandt. Thank you. Remind us again about the release and the upcoming.
Yes. So the single release for the song Bluff Country Paradise is coming out June 23rd, which is a couple weeks from now, pretty much. And then the full album, Surrender to the Night, is coming out July 22nd. The same day, we will be having a release show at Turf Club in St. Paul. Opening up for us is Pit Stop and Becky Capel. Music, I believe, starts at 8:30. So yeah, check it out. Check out my website, www.mollybrandt.com, or on Instagram, @themollybrandt. I'm also on Spotify and any streaming service that you can imagine, pretty much. I'm on there, so go listen now. Some of these songs are already on there, and I think you'll enjoy them.
Nice. I was gonna say, yeah, and we have an opportunity to see you on Thursday.
Oh, right. This Thursday, I'm doing a duo with Eric Kranza, and we're going to be at the Uptown VFW. We're going to be playing with, we're going to be opening up for Emmy
Woods.
Emmy Woods, yes. And Sammy Jean Cohen is also going to be on the bill. So yeah, we're doing a little duo action.
Nice.
Yeah, that's this Thursday. 7:30 is when the music starts.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing your stories and the stories of others and the stories of Lanesboro. They're so much fun to listen to.
Thank you guys. How fun is this? I mean, I just feel so at ease here with you guys, just chatting with you, and just feels like we're hanging out, you know. So hopefully we can do that more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so great. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. All right, Heather, what have we got coming up next? What are we waiting on?
I don't know what we're waiting on because I got to get you down here. You got to get me down there. There. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Space Monkey Mafia, Stuck in Place.
Something.
Waiting.
Whole different pace. Here we go.
Yeah.